The next problem we're going to look at asks you to solve. So remember, that means that we're going to take one step further than we did last time. And we're trying to solve the quadratic equation 2x squared minus 3x minus 35. So again, we're going to start by looking at our a value here. And what possible factors of our a value do we have? So our a value is 2, and that means its factors are basically 1 times 2. Those are the only two factors. So we know our answer is going to look something like x plus or minus some value times 2x plus or minus some value. And again, the only reason that I put that down there is so that I have an idea as to what my final answer should look like, so that I know where I'm going. The next step is going to be to multiply our a value, which is 2, by our c value, which is negative 35. That's going to be negative 70. 2 times negative 35 is negative 70. And once we've done these first two steps, we just solve pretty much like we were doing before. So we're going to find our factors of 70. Okay, so 1 and 70, 2 and 35, 3 doesn't work, 4 does not work, 5 should work, 5 and 14, 6 doesn't work, 7 and 10 works, 8 does not work, 9 does not work, 10 means we're done. Okay, so we have all the factors of 70, but the problem's asking us to find negative 70. So we'll need to write all of our possible combinations. So negative 1 and 70, or 1 and negative 70 multiplied to get negative 70, negative 2 times 35, or 2 times negative 35, negative 5 times 14, or 5 times negative 14, negative 7 times 10, or 10 times negative, oops, messed that up, or it'll be 7 and negative 10. So right there is a mistake that commonly happens, is that you start moving based on patterns and you make a mistake. Really important to take your time so you don't make those kind of mistakes like I just did. Now, we've got the numbers that multiply to negative 70, but we need them because of our b value to add to negative 3. So we're looking for a sum, and we're looking for negative 3. So negative 1 plus 70 is going to be 69. 1 plus negative 70 is going to be negative 69. Negative 2 plus 35 is 33. 2 plus negative 35 is negative 33. Again, we're seeing the same pattern as last time, so I can save myself some work and just do the first arithmetic and just put a negative sign for the next one. Negative 5 plus 14 is going to be 9. 5 plus negative 14 should then be negative 9. Negative 7 plus 10 is 3, and 7 plus negative 10 is going to be negative 3. So we were looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 70, which would be the set of all these, and add to 3, add to negative 3 based on this b value. So pay attention to the sign that's in front of your b term. So it's negative 3, that would be this term here, and these terms here. Now, since our a value was greater than 1, we can't just write x plus 7, x minus 10, done. we have to rewrite and use our grouping method. So we'll have our 2x squared, which is just from our original equation, plus 7x minus 10x minus 35, which is again from the equation up here. And just remember, these two numbers here should always add to this number. If you're finding that these two numbers add to another number, you've made a mistake somewhere, so you should go back and check your work. But 7x minus 10x is minus 3x, so we're okay there. Now we're going to break these up into our two groups. So over here I see an x squared and an x, so I can factor out 1x at least. And this leaves me with 2x plus a 7. And over here I can factor out a negative 5. So what times negative 5? That should be a 2x, and that'll be a plus 7. Okay, so once we get this far, we just need to finish our grouping. So over here, we've got 2x plus 7 and 2x plus 7, so we can factor that out. That'll give us a 2x plus 7 here. And then we are left with x minus 5 there. And since it says that we should solve, we'll have to use the zero product property. A quick review of the zero product property is when you set two values to 0, then both of them should equal 0. So you set them equal to 0, then you make two different equations. So you have 2x plus 7 equals 0, and x minus 5 equals 0. So here you subtract 7 from both sides. This is minus 7, minus 7. So you get 2x equals negative 7. Divide both sides by 2 to get rid of the 2 and get x by itself. These cancel, and you get x is equal to negative 7 halves. And here you just add 5 to both sides to get rid of the 5. This is going to be x equals 5. So those are your two solved solutions. Before I move on though, I do want to make sure I check my work. I could have checked back here when I had gotten to this step and done the FOIL method there, but I was pretty confident in my work because of all this work that I had previously done. So I'll just check just to show you guys that it does work. So we have our check, which is going to be 2x plus 7, x minus 5. So first, 2x times x is going to be 2x squared. Outside is going to be 2x times negative 5, so that's minus 10x. Inside is going to be x times 7, so plus 7x. And last is going to be 7 times negative 5, which is negative 35. I apologize, I'm trying to squeeze it in there. Combine our like terms. Negative 10x plus 7x is negative 3x, so bring our 2x squared down, minus 3x, and bring our 35 down. And this looks very similar. Actually, it's exactly that. So we know that our answer checks. And we're done.